thought I'd share a couple mods I made to the old Sport Cub. She's getting pretty beat up, but I found a couple new mods I really like. Number one, I've got this battery tray system. It's a plywood battery tray system. It's from morganmill.com RC. And what it is, you can see inside the compartment here, I hope. Inside the compartment you will see this wooden tray inside here. Has these very strong rare earth magnets in it. And you screw this, you have to glue this thing together, these side rails. You got to make sure that they are perpendicular. I used epoxy. They say to use CA, but I like epoxy. It's very strong. Make sure they're upright. Just glue them on when you put this together. It's all laser cut plywood. You have to just poke it apart, glue it up. Doesn't take long. A couple screws up front here you put in. I ordered, this is called an extra sled or extra tray. I ordered an extra one, but here's one with a battery. You strap the battery down to it, and as you can see from this one, I put a dab of Velcro on there, since I like Velcro. It holds it in place, and then you put these straps around it, so it's very firm, holds it very well in place. And because of these notches in the tray, once you do your balance in CG, you can balance each kind of battery that you fly. For example, this is a 155 gram battery, so I put it, so it just covers this number one front edge. And then when you put it in the plane, you put these little ears up front, up under the ears in the sled, and then you drop it in. Whoops. Drop it down in there, and literally these batteries, you can see I didn't hardly push that, and the batteries snap it in place. Once it's in there, man, that thing is solid, so you're good to go, and your CG will be right on each time. So then you hook up your battery and go. So I'm going to leave the battery off, but another little mod I found that has really helped out for early morning flying or late flying, whatever you want to do. Whenever the skies are overcast, you can see I painted my wings, and I've had them green on one side and red on the other for visibility. These are the international standards for wingtips. But I bought a set of LED Turnigy super bright LED lights, and I have them here. I have them installed. You can see on the wingtip right here how I inletted them into the wing, and I just painted this last night. You have to run them down the hole where the spar goes and bring them out through here, and then you take a knife and you split the wing, run it down, bring it down here. Now these are actually two different wires. These lights, you could spread them out from here to here. You could bring them out a little bit further, but not much, because I put them together, so I thought they'd be real bright, and they are. You'll see in a second. But when you push the wires, I use a popsicle stick and push the wire down in the crack. And when you do that, the wire sort of ends up going like a snake. So you got to be careful that when you get back up inside the compartment, you still have enough wire, slack in the wire left over to plug them into the module. Now what you do, they simply plug in to your balance lead. Let's connect them up here. Okay, here we go. There they go. Now you can see that these things are very bright. Very bright, hopefully. You can see that, how it almost hurts your eyes here in the workshop. But, so they were blinking. Now there is on the module, there's a button on the module, and it has two modes. You can push it defaults to the blinking mode, as you can see here. Now if I could reach the module, which I cannot on this Cub, because the module's right here. I can't just reach in there and press the button, because it's all inside here where the electronics are. So if you put this on a plane where you can reach it, if you just push the button, these lights will be steadily illuminated, which is what I wanted, but it just doesn't work on this particular plane. I did fly this the other morning with these lights like this flashing, and believe me, it really helped out. It probably saved a wreck the first time I used them. With your orientation, you can see these way far out. So what happens, it's not only the lights, but it also has a battery beeper. You know that I like these battery beepers. My motto is fly them till they squeal. Well, this thing will squeal. It has a single little horn in there, has a voltage, internal voltage checker. When the voltage gets down to 3.5 volts, these lights will actually start flashing faster, and the horn will sound, and then you know it's time to land. So this is the Turnigy super bright LEDs. You can see how bright they are. And like I said, this is actually two lights. I put them as close together as you get, back to back. I carved out a little hole with my craft knife and put them in there and used epoxy. And then I finally used this tape I got to cover the, I put foam tack to seal up the crack, and then I covered it. You probably can't even see it. This wonderful tape, I hadn't used it before, but it's called Blenderm. Blenderm tape, you put that on there and you can't even tell it's there. So it's well worth the money to get a couple rolls of Blenderm tape. So a couple mods I made, I really like, thought I'd share them with you. So till I talk to you next time, out here.